Yep.
So this is now session 104. I said last session was 104, but then I was checked my video log on YouTube and realized I didn't have a 103. So realized I had just messed up the numbering. So who remembers anything about last session that they would like to share?
Well, there's this whole area that we like looks like the caravan we encountered got slaughtered by some relative of Lucerisi or something.
Yeah.
Father, I guess it's kind of sounded like. And then and I banished him because he was fucking kicking everybody's ass.
Right. He tripped up Clave and then reduced him to 0 hit points. Didn't kill him, so there was that. Then he started beating up the few remaining Dragonborn sacrifices that were running about.
Beating up is a very friendly way to say that he like one hit killed whatever Dragonborns ran away.
Yes.
Because he was like this big white lion looking creature that was just like slicked with blood, and like had a mountain's worth of dead bodies just strewn around him. So he wasn't
Lucerisi a message later saying your dad's a dick.
he definitely set his phasers to kill.
Yeah.
But yeah, he attacked Clave after Clave let out some Dragonborn attempting to save them. And then basically two-shot Clave, if I recall correctly. Or close to it, and then killed the Dragonborn, or some of them. And then he was banished. And then the Dragonborn ran away, and T-Hole was trying to help them, or he was trying to offer help, but then they ran away from him because he has scary dark eyes.
Right. Well, and he was trying to intimidate them into like not running anymore, but you didn't roll very well. So they were intimidated by the combination of the astral glow and then the infinite black.
Yeah, they ran far. Teal ran after them, but then realized that he was kind of vulnerable and came back. And then excuse me. And then there was one fire snake demon left, and it chased after them, ate all of them, gained a bunch of health, which made it harder to kill. And then we ended up
took longer.
Yeah. We ended up killing it. Mostly Clave ended up killing it. And then we rested, then we went up into the mountains because there was a pass into the mountains. And we came upon a large adamantine sword. And there was a keeper by there, like the god of the realm. And he claimed that he was like twice blessed, and he wanted to have a new apprentice. So he gave Clave a way to concentrate on 2 spells at the promise of him thinking about being his apprentice at some point. And he set us on the path to get to the Southern Sage. It sounds like we have to go through, like, it isn't adjacent to his realm, but it's adjacent to the realm. It's adjacent to his realm.
He also, as he did ask, as payment for him essentially letting you leave this realm because only he could open the gate. that you all agree to perform some service for him. Clave's service is just to consider, he assumes that Clave will be enticed enough by this charm that he's given him that will allow him to concentrate on 2 spells. But for the rest of you, he gave you each a magical earring to keep with you. You don't necessarily have to wear it, just keep it on you. And then when he thinks of some, I don't know, earthly delight that he would like to sample, he will let you know. He will send you whatever is required to pay for it. You will acquire it for him, and he will then magically transport it to his realm. Because he was saying, although he can create anything within the confines of his realm, it lacks a certain authenticity because it's not actually been produced through any effort of any person. And so
Yeah.
while it serves its function, it lacks just some crucial element that he can't artificially create on his own.
Yeah.
And then with that, he essentially tore a hole open in reality, just in midair, ripped open a seam that seemed to open up onto a set of mountains that look more or less identical to the mountains you see here, although this is more of a desert environment. Everything is dry, rocky, and barren. But through the portal, you can see essentially the same outlines of the mountains and the mountain pass. But everything seems to be covered in more lush foliage, and it appears to be more akin to a tropical environment.
Nice.
He's gonna find the bug spray.
Did we get a long rest after that fight?
I think
That-
so.
No,
Did that happen? Okay.
that's fine. I don't remember that you long rested, but maybe you
Oh,
did.
I just saw that we rested. But maybe we just short rested.
Yeah, I thought it
have-
was a short rest.
Yeah, I have a few spell slots used up, and I still have 10 temporary hit points.
Okay, that it was a short rest. Oh, it's my bad.
So this famous in his own mind wizard Coursera is standing there next to this tear in his reality. Safe journeys. I hope you return soon. Before you step through, you should know this tear will close once you've left. I don't know how you get back directly. If you can come back through here, I would very much like to hear your tale of meeting with the Southern Sage. But that might not be possible for you. The Sage will know the way back, certainly. I have never seen anyone pass through this way, come back in this direction, although I have seen some who had visited the Sage return this way. Perhaps you could ask to pass through my realm again.
If we can request it, we will definitely consider it. Do you know the people that came through, returned after seeing the Southern Sage? Did they change or appear different, either in body or mind?
Not that I can say. I did not know any of them very well. They were usually, I think always, fewer in number. Mostly because people offer up lives to the Southern Sage. Some doubtlessly fall to the creatures that live on the path to the Sage's cave. Some perhaps fight the guardians of the Sage, who knows?
Or perhaps their sacrifice was insufficient.
Then, as far as I understand it, the Sage does not let those people live at all. So presumably they would not return. But maybe one or two escaped.
Hmm.
Let us depart.
Who,
Yeah.
by the way, has the giant sack that can produce food? The oversized 6 foot long sack.
I don't remember. I don't remember where we got that.
Oh
the
yeah, well,
giants?
so yeah,
Uh,
well, in the giant caravan, there was a magical bag that can produce food for up to 200 medium-sized people once per day. It weighs 20 pounds empty, but 50 pounds full. The food itself is magical. It's sort of reduced in weight, but it is not the sort of bland create food and water food. It is legitimately good food.
I don't have it on my character sheet.
Yeah, I don't. I know I wouldn't be
I
carrying
don't
it.
have it either.
I'd be Tony.
I mean, you don't
Sure.
need to take it. You don't necessarily need it, and it's super heavy. You know, good if you're a giant.
We have a bag of holding, right?
An extra large bag of holding.
Yeah, we should stick it in there. For the
Is
bag.
that- Because we got like that staff, right? That we took. We put that in the
And
bag, right?
Clave would remind you that using the bag of holding can trigger the plague effect and worsen it for those in the area.
That's
Mm.
right.
I'm sure that's just what Kurt wants us to do, though. Also, who knows if it's a bag of holding in a bag of holding situation?
Yeah, you don't think it's an extra dimensional space. The food itself is magical that's produced.
It's all those preservatives. It's like you reach into this bag and you pull out like a McDonald's cheeseburger, just perfectly preserved. Maggot. With
Well, that's normal McDonald's cheeseburgers. They last like 30 years untouched by time.
yeah. Yeah, that's the joke. How
Yeah,
heavy
but
is the bag?
it's 20 pounds when it's empty, but it's 50 pounds when it's full.
No.
Yeah, so just to remind you, you found a bunch of like gold, platinum, some gems. There were 3 magic swords, but they're all giant size, so they don't seem to resize when you pick them up. And you guys actually don't really use magic swords. There's that pouch. There's a clockwork item that you could have easily figured out is essentially a sort of magical zip line.
Okay.
Or it's not magical, it's a mechanical zip line, I should say, but it can you can go up the zip line to a certain degree.
How does this transport?
What do you mean?
How do we like move? How big is it? Like how would we move it around?
I mean, it's about 1 foot by 6 inches by 1 foot. So you can be packed. It weighs 10 pounds.
Gotcha.
And it can fire 100-foot mithril cable.
Um,
Hmm.
So I mean, to go to the important things first, I assume Zarius is taking the 3 diamonds.
yeah.
I got those written down already, so, yeah.
Okay, I mean, one of us should have them. So
Yeah, I
It's
wrote
three-
down, yeah, the 3 emeralds, 1 black pearl, all that stuff.
Right, 3 giant-sized magic swords. I assume you're leaving those behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, no need. We have no need for this.
Okay, so who's going through first?
T-hole can go through.
So as you do, there is like all of you experience a little bit of a flash, and Teal make me a con save.
Nice. Wait a minute. I thought I had proficiency in all saving throws.
Not anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I got it. It's not right. Oh shoot, I just closed roll 20. Oops.
You rolled a
Right.
7.
Damn.
Do you want to use an action point?
Sure.
All right, 19. With that, Coursera says, What was that? Teal seems to be fine on the other side.
Can I make an Arcana check?
You can. So yeah, you're not sure what triggered that. I mean, you've experienced it before when Aurelia dimension doored and otherwise this is an effect of the space aids that you picked up.
Yeah, I would stop and just say, is this, I suppose, an extra dimensional space?
It is a demiplane. I suppose extra dimensional space is as good a description of it as any.
Can you insulate yourself somehow? Behind lead.
I can easily do that, but what was that effect?
A strange, cursed virus.
Sorry, you have AIDS.
I did not know what we were in, or I would have warned you.
I have never experienced anything of this sort before.
Do I remember if this can be picked up like with the detect disease, right?
Yes.
Do I have it prepared? Do I have it prepared? I don't. Oops. I'll just okay, so I can't try and detect, unfortunately. This guy's, but it seems like this guy's been here for a while, right?
From snippets of your conversation, you would guess at least a couple thousand years.
Let me do. I'm not, you know, even though he's been friendly, I'm gonna do my Eyes of the Grave while he's around, just to see if he registers as undead.
Yeah, he does not register as undead.
Okay. He's just in some timeless place somehow, so got it.
If we never get that call in the earring, we know why.
He might be okay because he doesn't fucking grow old, but it
Yeah.
also might not matter.
This could be the one thing that takes him out.
Um, what was the name of that empire again? That
The Itarans.
Itaran? Yeah, it's are you familiar with the Itaran kingdom? Old kingdom.
I am familiar with the Ataran order. I've never known them to have politics of the sort you're suggesting.
Perhaps not. This is a long time ago. But they certainly had wide-ranging power, but then they collapsed. We believe
They
due to
did-
this strangeness.
That would explain a very ancient mystery if some sort of illness were the cause of them disappearing. They were old when I was made the ruler of this realm.
Hmm.
So this is some sort of sickness you're suggesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
But our goal with the sage is to find a cure.
Also interesting. I guess if anyone would know a cure, the sage might.
Well, I do not know if he would know specifically of the cure, but he does. You have been around for some time. Are you familiar with? Oh shit! What's the name of that fucking place? Find it in my stupid
Oh,
goddamn
Hot
thing.
Bajar.
The city?
Yeah, the city.
Yeah, that's Doha.
Dohat
Doha Bazaar.
Bajar. Are you familiar? Perhaps know the location of Dohat Bajar.
I am sorry, I have never heard that name before.
The sage, we believe, would know, and that is where this cure should be. It is a lost city.
Well, I guess I should create a shield of lead to protect myself. Do you all have this illness?
Yes.
I do not know if I can be affected, seeing as I am effectively the god of this demiplane.
Are you able to detect disease? I cannot currently.
Well, screw that. If you're basically the god of this realm, perhaps you can cure us.
I wouldn't even know how to begin to cure you. I don't know anything about this disease, but I can shape this realm to my will. And I doubt any disease that I picked up would affect me, as time does not work on me in the way that it would on a normal mortal creature.
Well,
But a lead shield is easy enough for me to create. A cure for an unknown ailment, harder.
well, how well do you need to know the things that you create here?
In general, the things I create, I have intimate knowledge of. I wouldn't say I can just vaguely describe what I want and have it appear. The charms I have given you, I understand their workings on a deep level.
Okay. It's a shame.
But he stamps his foot down, and you see on each side of him 6 triangular plates of lead shoot up from the ground, creating essentially a dome around him.
Hopefully the timelessness of him shall protect him. But otherwise, if we have a cure, we might be able to help him. Or maybe he resisted because he is a god.
Well, we'll be in touch with him, so shouldn't
Indeed.
be an issue.
I will just move to walk through.
Okay, make me a con save.
Yeah.
And make me a con save for Kepri.
Make her a box that would last outside of this place. It's like a bot, like when we can close, carry her through, and then open it when she's done, when we're all through. I don't know if it would
These-
persist outside this realm. I don't know. I'm gonna assume she did not succeed on that.
So roll me a D100.
Jesus. High good or bad?
Obviously,
It's actually neither. It's much more random than that. You see one of Kepri's eyes turns bright red, like the entire thing, pupil sclera, the whole thing is just solid red now. The other eye, just the iris, turns a deep green.
And that's it.
Yeah, but as near as you can tell, it is purely a cosmetic change, and should do her no harm. Although she is, it will do her some harm in that she's blind in the red eye now.
yeah, from the other.
I'll just carry her.
She doesn't really have any ranged attacks though, so she would have disadvantage on ranged attacks.
Nothing that doesn't require a saving throw.
Oh, Clave would reluctantly step through next.
Make me save.
Action point.
So again, there is an eruption of force, but no effect.
So does Aurelia realize this is what's going on? Like it's the effect of the disease we have?
Yeah, I mean, you Aurelia triggered it herself before when she dimension doored once. So
Okay.
yes, you would recognize it.
So I hum a little tune to the Cat Lord and inspire myself as I walk through. I might need to use that.
You can inspire yourself.
Yep.
Not all bards get to do that. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Not all bards are cat redeemed from the Cat Lord. So
Yeah, unremarked so far is that Aurelia has once again physically transformed into a different sort of cat person. You know, a little bit tiger-like.
I don't remember this.
It was after she prayed at the cat statue on the map. As she was instructed in her prophecy, she meditated at the statue.
I mean, it could be worse. You know, you could have been doing this in Mike's game, in which case you would have like lost a limb or something.
grown an extra one.
Or yeah, who knows?
That is, both of those are on the table. So could still happen.
All right.
So you all make it through, and you see the seam in space begins to seal up behind you. As I said, the landscape in front of you is identical to the mountains you saw before, although now covered in dense green foliage. Above you, it seems as if the sky is in twilight, and you can see the three moons and the sun seem to be circling, and there are definite, like, distinct trails coming out of all of them behind them that seem to suggest that they're slowly spiraling in towards the center. In the very center, you see the moon Dorshatas, which is, you know, a lightless dark moon, doing sort of lazy circles as the others seem to swirl about it. The heat is pretty oppressive and the humidity is extremely high, but the heat's not quite as high as it was in the desert realm you just left. The path stretches out before you, and now that you've stepped through the tear, you can hear the sound of just countless birds and animals, all of which seem to be pretty far away, pretty deep into the forest and away from the path that you're on.
Um. Do, do we have an idea as to where we need to go? Did he say he was just basically gonna say, if we walk straight, we got it?
He said if you continue on the path, it will be very hard to miss.
Got it.
He obviously doesn't know this group. Is there a path?
Yeah, it's a pretty at least what you can see in front of you, it is a pretty well defined path. A lot of it's like right along the side of the cliffs, so that you could, in principle, like fall off if you weren't paying attention. But it's wide enough that as long as you're careful about it, you don't think you should accidentally stumble off. A lot of the areas are adjacent to, you know, open forest. And he did warn, you know, never to leave the path, because people who leave the path are generally not heard from ever again.
Does the path look well worn? Like, many have, you know,
So the
walked it,
path-
or
the path looks, I would say, it's hard to say that it's worn. It is made of stone,
okay,
sort of,
all right.
but you would expect if the path, I would say more likely you would guess the path is somehow being magically kept free of all of the plant growth that would otherwise have overgrown it.
Vegetation. Okay.
Right, as it is sort of on the both sides of it, just like razor straight. The plants don't seem to cross whatever this magical
Okay.
boundary is where the stones start.
Gotcha.
Behind
Okay.
you, you also notice there is what appears to be the remnants of a giant sword, similar to the adamantine sword you saw. It appears as though it's not adamantine here. It seems as if it was steel or iron, as what's left of it appears to be heavily rusted. The entire hilt of it has fallen off. You don't even necessarily see it, so you're not sure. It probably landed in the foliage off to the side of the road.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I guess it is forward then, on
Yeah.
the path.
To the path. I'm not gonna have Kepri stray from us. I'm just gonna have her. She's gonna cling onto like my back or something. Just an extra set of eyes, or a single eye, I guess, at the moment.
Okay. So moving forward, you travel for a full day. You still don't see the end of the path. You can still see it winding through the mountains ahead of you. And you are at a relatively flat spot, as I wouldn't, so I say the end of the day, I mean the end of, you know, a normal 8-hour walking period. You don't, like I said, you don't see the end of the path. How long do you want to go before you rest? It doesn't seem dark, but it seems to be exactly the same level of twilight it was when you came through, which hasn't changed. So if there's a day-night cycle here, it is much longer than normal. And there may just not be a day-night cycle at all.
Well, how tired are we feeling at this time?
Pretty tired. You've basically done a full day's worth of travel,
And was in a fight.
right?
Hmm.
And it's after the fight.
Clave
So,
might actually feel exhausted, right? Didn't he go down?
he did go
Yes, I
down.
have a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, so I
So
mean,
assuming you time works normally here, you've basically been walking 9 or 10 hours.
Well, I still have a 7th level spell slot, so I can cast Mirage Arcane. Set up a safe spot to rest.
let's see if I can do anything to help at all. Seem to be in a pretty dangerous spot, so. No, I don't really have much.
Would tiny hut help, or is that
Well, I was kind of thinking this time our little safe space, our little building could be attached to a giant balloon and float up to the top of the range of the spell, and we just suspended in the air.
Is that considered straying from the path?
Well, does a path typically require a third dimension? I mean, most maps and paths are pretty straight.
If
I'm
we,
willing, I'm willing to
but-
give it a shot, but we should be prepared just in case.
if we rise up and are taken by a storm or a gust of wind that blows us away from the path,
I can change the weather around here with my spell if need be. This whole area is basically my domain right now. So, but it's a point well taken, Zarius, so we'll keep it a little bit more terrestrial for the time being.
we could make a sweet treehouse right above the path.
Well, I just to be on the safe side, keep everything at ground level for now. It's unfortunate though, because I was hoping we could use the height to better see any danger that might head our way.
You know, our knowledge of this place being so limited is unfortunate.
It might be worthwhile for Aurelia you to use the tiny hut spell.
Indeed.
It can be dispelled as we've seen, but it's better than nothing.
all right? Then
I'm cautious of this, but I believe perhaps it might be prudent considering the dangerous situation. I'm gonna take a few rounds here to cast Death Ward on everybody.
Okay.
That's 4 slots basically. I'll have to upcast it technically, which obviously doesn't have any bonus effects. I just have to use the slot. But we'll all have Death Ward, just in case.
And the
Rolling token.
stronghold that I'm creating is going to cover the tiny hut in a dome of steel and then make multiple concentric domes of steel expanding out.
In a
with-
maze.
Yes, sort of. With each entrance, like, because there will be multiple entrances, but not only are they on each entrance in is on the opposite side of the dome, but also some of them are a bit higher off the ground.
Why even have an entrance?
And some are
Because
just
it's fun.
They all lead to nowhere. And
That's what you
there-
should do.
And there are doors that open to just walls. It's kind of like the Winchester house, but
Yeah, it
it's on
should
the tiny.
just a maze that none of the paths go anywhere near us. It just everything goes around us. We're just like in the center spot that has no other access to it.
We'll cast tiny hut.
What does
Okay.
T-hole do? His token was rolled. What's that mean?
It says, oh,
Yeah, that was me rolling the token. I was just resetting a token I was looking at because it was the Astral Arms version. Astral Visions version, I mean. And I was setting it to the non-Astral Visions version.
Interesting. Okay.
So you're inside a tiny hut that is encased in steel. I assume Clave is periodically opening air holes so that air can get through.
Well, that's what all the holes that are, the maze is also create a nice breeze.
Mm.
But it's good for that breeze to get into the tiny hut. And somebody roll me a d6.
that. You got it.
Mm.
Hmm. Okay, roll me a d5.
A D5.
Yes.
That's not an option here.
You can
Make
roll
it
any,
one.
yeah, you can roll any number and roll 20.
Yeah.
So let me send a message.
That doesn't look private.
Oh, how big is the maze? I should have asked this.
Um, maybe a couple football fields.
Okay.
I have to get up to go pee. His new body isn't working the way I want it to. I'll be back.
I can make you a bathroom.
Yeah, I just kind of want to pee on some leaves.
There are no leaves.
These
Do you want
litter
me to make
boxes
you
aren't good
leaves?
enough for you?
There is outside the hut.
Okay.
You should not go alone.
All right. If you want to come watch me pee.
Zarius will get up. He's not ashamed of anything. Like whatever. Not trying to be weird. He's trying to make sure he doesn't fucking die. Zarius just puffs to his feet.
So T-Hole will begin making his way through the maze out.
Yeah. Can you make us? Do we know how to get out?
Do you make it to the end or just pee on one of the walls?
You piss your pants because you can't make it out in time.
I can't make it. Let's just pee on the wall here.
Well, while you guys are going out, I can set the doors so they're all on a straight line.
Yeah, that would be helpful. Unless you just enjoy watching
Yeah.
Terrius, T-Hole and Zarius just get lost in the maze.
I mean, that would definitely be entertaining for a few minutes, but then, you know,
So that we
You-
make it through.
So you begin to walk out. I assume your straight line is still keeping them on the road. Because technically, Clave could open up a path that leads right into the jungle.
Right.
Yeah, I think it would keep us on the road.
It goes into the jungle, but there's like a barbed wire fence. So you gotta peek through the fence.
Oh, it's electrified too.
As we start to get close, I'm gonna go ahead and before we exit, I will tap T-Hole on the shoulder, and I'm gonna cast a protection from evil and good on him, just in case. Do not go far.
Okay. And T-Hole looks around, kind of in all directions. and says, "Well, I gotta pee off. I don't want to pee on the road. I want to I want to get a little off the road."
You should not leave the road. It's very specifically instructed not to do that. Just be near the edge of the road.
I think that's a bad idea. What if we were given bad advice? What if the way out, what if the real road is through the leaves?
It is not worth that risk. This is your last life. Do not waste it. I'm not sure that even I will be able to revive you.
D-hole starts peeing off the road, kind of looking into the leaves with like 1,000-yard stare.
Where is Zarius while you do this?
Like there to watch his back. Keeping an eye on everything.
Okay, so you're basically like how far? away from
I
him?
brought my weapons, my shield. No risk taken here. The only
So
thing I
how
didn't take was my backpack with my extra shit in it.
So he's like, 30 or 40 feet off the road.
I told him
Um,
not to go off the road. I would not allow him to do that. If the moment he tried, I would
Yeah,
fucking
he's
grab
on-
him by the scruff.
He's on the side of the road, like
Like at the edge.
edge.
Make sure you do not cross. No part of you crosses the threshold.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say cross the streams, but
I I don't know. You know what? I guess maybe I haven't. Have we seen this T-hole naked? Was he revived naked?
he was revived
Was-
naked.
Yeah.
Right? Like how much is he working with here, right?
He's endowed.
All right. So I make sure he's like enough inches back so that he doesn't cross over. You know what I mean? just over the edge by like an inch. No.
oh boy.
T-hole finishes up and you hear him whisper, "As you wish," and he begins to step off the road.
I grab him.
He will is like, it's like he says like he turns to you as you grab him. He's like, "She's told me she's compelling me to speak with her."
Then she can come here.
She can't come here, otherwise he can hear us. He can hear anything on the road. I'm not sure what he is, but I'm hoping to find out. Let me go, Zarius.
I cannot. What if this is a siren meant to lure you out to your death?
She does have a sweet call.
This has not always worked in your favor.
But this time it's different.
Uh,
It is not worth the risk. I cannot allow you to go.
You know, it's interesting that Zarius thinks he can even stop him with how quick T-hole is.
T-hole is committed to going. So he will attempt to break away and move into the forest. He's not gonna like fight you, but he will like pull away.
The pose grapple checks.
Yeah, I guess. I'm the one holding on, so I guess I gotta do the athletics.
Right.
And then he does either.
He'll
Oh,
probably do acrobatics.
Most likely. Oh, fuck, dude, really? It was so close. The dice rolled, it was like 3.
Do you
It's okay.
slip his grasp?
I wish to cast a spell upon him.
Well, okay, both of you then roll me initiative. Because he's also pretty fast and could make it. Like, if he goes more than a few feet into the foliage, you're probably going to lose line of sight of him. Like more than 20 feet. Because he's going to have to push past bushes and trees. Unless you follow him, of course.
Right.
So what's T-Hole's speed?
Too fast.
55.
Very fast.
Yeah. So you basically managed to make it beyond the foliage in front of you, and you no longer see him by the time you're ready to set off your spell.
I wish I had Warcaster. That's
And then I'll
that's-
send another message to T-Hole.
yeah, because there's no way I could even catch up to him at that speed. So I can't see him at all.
Right. You can hear him moving, but you can't see him.
I need to be able to see for all of these. What's well, all right. I'm not 100% certain what Zarius would do in this situation. He's quite torn. Okay. 1 to 49. He goes after T-hole. 50, or I guess 1 to 50, right? And then 51 to 100. Yeah. 1 to 50, he goes after T-hole. 51 to 100, he goes back inside. Fucking goddamn it. It's not the one I wanted, by the way, but it happens.
You got an action point, right?
I might need
I
it.
mean,
so-
yeah. I would
so-
not. I would not make you spend an action point to change your own self-imposed random roll.
it's more fun that way.
That is true. Make you use up your action points.
So okay, so I will begin to follow. And it just sort of kind of called it to you. Hold on, I'm coming with you.
Lave should have gone with him. It would have been obvious. He would have just left him then.
You can make T-hole make me a nature check to see if you understand what you're seeing.
Nope.
Absolutely. He has no doubt in his mind. He knows what this is.
Ugh. Even use the action point.
Whatever's making him do these saves isn't an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead, is it? Because
Yeah,
he's got
that's
protection from evil and good on him right now.
right. You're right. That's a fair point. It doesn't change anything in this case, but it's good to keep it in mind.
He can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If already charmed, he has advantage on new saves. Been hanging on to that goddamn spell. As soon as we were like, and we're gonna be going into this place, I'm fucking preparing that spell.
Yeah.
It hasn't mattered yet, but now it might.
So I got distracted. What is Zarius planning to do?
I called out to T-Hole, just telling him to wait for me because I'm gonna go with him.
Okay, so T-hole, Zarius, and this person Teal's talking to can roll initiative.
Sure.
This is how a threesome starts.
Hmm.
Who makes the first move?
This
He
map will
holes
do.
into it.
Oh, can you add my initiative to the tracker?
Yep.
I also I don't know, I can click on my token, but I can't see anything.
Yeah,
Not sure if it's a lighting issue or token vision.
yeah, I can see my health bar and Kefri's health bar. I had Kefri stay. I'll just put Kefri off to the side.
Yeah, I just put everybody on. This map is just for purposes of this little temporary thing. But I put everybody on the map because I don't know who might jump in. But we're down here. So you get to go first. She's clearly hostile at this point.
I got an 8. I rolled it on the last screen.
Oh, yeah, I don't, you're on my screen. I don't know why you're not on the share screen. Are you not popping up in the initiative tracker on your end?
I don't see it yet, but sometimes it like once you start going down, it shows up. So
Oh, let's cycle through then.
nope.
Nope. Although when I do get to you, it doesn't it does sort of not advance on the share screen.
Interesting.
So share screen is aware of something.
T-hole is going to spend 3 Kai points. Right. 2 plus. Yeah, 3 Kai points to engage his astral arms and his visage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's his bonus action. And she reaching out, he punches her with his arms.
Apparently she's into that.
Those hit.
Again, you have advantage on those specific creature types.
And then I'll do my martial arts die.
I think you get the advantage. Wait, hold on. Maybe they have
No, that's
disadvantage
right.
on you. That's what
Oh,
it
I
is.
see.
Yeah, well, they rolled well anyway. Bonus action, and then I'm gonna move away at the cost of an opportunity attack. The cost of maybe hitting opportunity. I'm gonna try to go back the way I came, since she's clearly hostile at this point. So like I came through this bush here.
Yes.
So yeah, he'd go back through the bush back towards Zarius.
So
Which-
as you move, she reaches out to touch you.
Sentinel, here we come.
Knew I should have spent I just forgot about Stunning Strike. It's okay.
The 23 hit.
It does.
Make me a charisma save.
Come on, man. I have advantage on all my saves. I can't even roll a successful one.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I forgot. She's at disadvantage to hit you. Does an 18 hit you?
It does not.
So she almost managed to hit you with this magical effect in her hand, but you slipped away from her.
And
The magic flares. And a jackal bites her hand. But it doesn't hurt
You-
her, obviously. It just like holds her hand back just slightly.
Are you proficient in Arcana?
I am actually.
So you can make me an Arcana check.
Not very good at it, but I'm proficient in it.
Yeah, that's good enough.
T-hole knew it.
You can't see her anymore, so
So T-hole comes brushing or rushing back through the bushes, probably like stumbling into you, Zarius, as he kind of makes his way through the dense foliage.
Was I right?
You were.
we're still in rounds. What is Zarius doing?
Can I grab T-hole and start moving with them?
I mean, you can, but you're going to slow T-hole down.
Well,
T-
listen,
yeah, T-hole still can't move more than his actual movement, but that's still probably about your movement.
listen, I don't know what's over there. I don't know if did I see it? Or
No,
was the foliage in the way? Yeah, so
Don't let her touch you. She's
let us go. And I'm just like grab him by the elbow and start running with him. Just like drag him along a little bit, just part way, just so we can get further from whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. I guess I can only move like half the speed, but
yeah, I mean, if he's not fighting you, then he can
Yeah.
he can dash for another movement. He could spend a Kai point and dash again if he wanted to. Then he would drag you.
well, he
oh, that's fair. It's still his turn, I guess, huh?
well Teal's, his movement's about that's like 50. That this is his full movement range of movement.
For one movement.
Yeah, but he used his bonus action to activate his arms,
Oh,
so
right.
he
I forgot about that.
can't use the Kai dash.
Gotcha.
So it turns out she is not pursuing you at this point.
T-hole is surprised. He's used to women pursuing him.
Yeah, so I'll just do what I said then. I'll drag his ass away.
You drag him back into the now straight line maze.
Uh-huh.
Assuming Clave hasn't changed it to turn it back into a full maze as soon as you were gone.
No, it would have been the same.
So you make it
said-
back to the tiny hut.
Yeah, I said T-hole in first.
T-hole goes in.
I
And
want to see. I want to see some real remorse.
I just felt compelled, like I needed to go out there. So it was as if I was being forced up until I saw her hand. She reached out to me, this woman. She looked like a stunning older woman, the kind that my kind of woman, actually, my type.
The cougar. No offense,
Yeah.
Aurelia.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
But I'm certain if I grabbed her hand, I would have been she would have taken me to a different dimension or a different realm. She must be-
Joke's on her.
She would die eventually.
Yeah.
And then if that's happened, yeah, if that happened, then the astral plague might have gotten worse. So yes, I would have gone into the bushes and came out more plague ridden thanks to an interaction with a woman.
Well, actually, you would have gone into the bushes and then been in a different place, and so would have never come out of the bushes as far as they knew. She transported you to a different dimension, then you wouldn't be in this one for them to see you again.
That's fair.
There's an interesting thing. Can this disease be transmitted through the consumption of the flesh of somebody who has contracted it? I don't know.
Anyways, I was not myself. I was being compelled to do so. Next time, I won't listen to such things. And he like taps his finger.
See that you don't.
Yeah. Pee in the maze next time. Or use a litter box.
Does someone roll me another D6?
Somebody else gonna do it this time?
I can roll it. No, Cleves. I guess it didn't matter.
Set on 4.
So the night passes, and nothing else seems to come up. Well, the night, you rest for 8 hours, I should say. And the twilight remains constant the entire time. You sense actually it may be slightly darker at the end of the 8 hours of rest, but only very slightly. The moons and the sun still seem to whirl overhead dimly.
Okay.
All right.
I guess let me
Proceed.
take my long rest here. Make sure there's no spells I want to do here.
So we rest through the night.
Yes. I mean, protection from evil was kind of clutch because T-Hole would have been transported away with no way back. It would have been as if he went into the bushes and vanished.
He left to get cigarettes and never came back.
Yeah.
Just trying to see if maybe there's a spell I'd want to put. Yeah, I got no more reason to do detect poison and disease. Quick pass through the spells.
So I imagine we wake up in the morning, start breaking down camp.
There's nothing to break down, just a spell over your head.
Yeah. Getting
Last
ready to
for
go.
many days.
Getting ready to go. And then start marching onward on the road.
Just put like a solid wall between us on the road.
During the evening, Clay probably would have been taking a page from T-Hole's book and having a nice hot bath. But yeah, I would create some kind of barrier protection for the mile that we would remain on the or at least half a mile, since we'll be at epicenter.
So you continue onward. It's another day's travel, about 6 hours into it. Still a sort of dim twilight, despite the sun being directly or almost directly overhead. You come to a part where the stone road ends in a bridge that crosses a fairly wide river, like more than 100 feet across.
Can we see a path on the other side?
Yeah, you could see that the road continues again on the other side.
Any signs that there was a bridge?
No, there is a bridge. It's kind of run down.
Of course it is.
It's, it's basically just like a wood and rope bridge. It seems as if it is pretty old. Again, it's hard to say how time works where you are now. It's rickety enough to make it look like everybody, especially Zarius, treading across it all at once could be an issue.
Are there any
Um,
noticeably weak spots?
I mean, noticeably weak, not really. Like there's a couple of missing boards you would have to step over.
The rope, not
Yeah,
looking
you don't
especially
see,
frayed or thin in an area.
not that you can see.
Okay. I'm just looking for a chance to use mending. I will find a place. God damn it.
You've used mending once in my campaign successfully to piece together broken statues.
Um,
So if you're going to go across, it's going to take an acrobatics check. At advantage for everyone except for Zarius. Just because this bridge will sag. And possibly flip if your balance is way off.
So
And if it flips, well, if like Zarius flips the bridge and you're all on it, then you could all fall in.
what does the bridge look like? Is it like a rope bridge?
It's rope and planks.
Okay. Could I use an action point with major image to create a larger illusion, one of a bridge that is sufficient to cross and then make it real for a minute.
Yeah, I'd allow that.
Okay. I don't want anyone falling into the drink.
T-hole
knows
runs
what'll happen.
across and then you cast your spell. Hey,
T-hole runs across the water.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So with the illusionary bridge, you all managed to cross safely. But as you're crossing, someone roll me a d6.
I'll roll again.
We've all
Man,
rolled.
what are these fours?
It's all fours. That's what I rolled too.
I know. You roll a 4, Clay rolled a 4, and we our jinx roll
you've
was
rolled
a
two.
4, and I rolled I know you have a 1 in 6 chance, but
So in this case, though, you make it across the bridge. Nothing untoward happens.
Just one more. We got a Yahtzee.
So continuing on, you make it to the end of a second day's worth of travel.
Nice.
Same system.
yep.
I will also do the same of applying a death ward on everybody.
Yeah, and create a substantial stronghold.
And T-hole this time he's going to because he has the ring of mind shielding, which you can with the ring of mind shielding, you can
Okay.
creatures
Yeah,
can
always.
telepathically communicate only if you allow it. So he will basically turn off. He will set his voicemail or set it go to straight to voicemail if he's getting any messages.
Yeah, so feel free to always like remind me of that because I just don't remember that you have that.
Well, he failed the save and then he got the message. So I figured I was playing that way. Like he heard it and then like he wouldn't have normally done that. But now that he knows it's a danger, he will not allow such shenanigans and tomfoolery coming from strange women in bushes.
So as you lay down to rest, I need another d6 roll.
Peter, it's your turn to roll for.
Okay. It sounds like a module, Strange Women in Bushes.
I didn't ask last time. Are you setting up like a watch?
Yeah, I think it would make sense. Like since if I created a tiny hut, I can't leave it, right?
Right.
But I can. Well, we could. Well, I guess. Can we look through it?
Well,
You-
we're
Well,
in
we-
a series of concentric steel domes.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I was. Okay.
So a watch in Clave's mind doesn't really make sense. So he's
Okay.
going to continue relaxing in the bath while also taking time to study this magical contraption that he was given.
Okay. So yeah, I can't leave, and Clave's confident about that. So I'm guessing we probably don't have a watch.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me see something.
We kind of have a first watch and a last watch. If
So
T-hole's going to stay up, or not T-hole, but if Claves can stay up in the evening, you know Zarius is always awake for last watch. So there's that. Yeah, half the night and half the rest.
So as you are resting, you are all awakened with the shuddering of the ground beneath you. And you begin to see some of the stones on the road underneath you begin to crack and fall into a hole as two enormous insects rise up. And everyone roll me initiative.
I should have reinforced the floor.
Are we on the, is this the map we're gonna use? Okay.
Yeah, this is fine.
God fucking damn it.
Wow. Apparently
I-
Zarius fell in the bath.
So T-Hole, you get to go first.
So like how big is the hole? Like is it
I mean,
like
yeah, you can see a sort of vaguely humanoid face coming out of the top of these bugs, but they're mostly bugs. It seems to be a female face, and each of the bugs, in one of the more human-like hands, holds a sort of short rod or staff. But the holes themselves are big enough for a 7 foot by 7 foot insect to crawl through. So they take up much of the 20-foot wide road.
okay. So T-hole will like he will like help people get up. He sees Darius might be really struggling to like mobilize, so he maybe he need like help pick him up a little bit. And then he uses his bonus action to summon his arms and massage.
Okay, and before you do anything, make me a wisdom save.
That's the wisdom save I wanted.
There you go. So actually, I was mistaken. It's a con save, but we'll just take your roll from here. What's your con bonus?
That's a +5, so it'd be just 2 lower than this one.
Yeah. So you smell a very sweet, enticing smell coming off of both of these insects, but it doesn't actually distract you. So you can do what you like.
He uses bonus action to get his arms, and he's gonna punch one of them twice. Maybe this one.
First one's a hit.
Both of them.
Oh, I missed the first one. The first one missed, and the second one hit.
Okay, and then he's gonna spend a Kai point to attempt a stunning strike. So it's a con save. Martial arts die. He makes it.
So she reels at this set of punches, but her carapace is hard, so she ultimately takes it in stride. What else are you doing?
That's his turn.
Okay. So you're right in front of this one. Well, that's wrong. There we go. So she is going to attack T-hole. Well, can she attack that? No, she's gonna have to move. Is Clave in the form of a kobold? Is that what I'm seeing? So since she can't move through the kobold space, she will attack the little kobold.
all of those, well, the 19 might hit. Um,
I'm sorry, didn't even realize I'd rolled the other two. I was clicking wildly. So the forget the second two, the first two slams, 11, 14, presumably miss. Third slam was
Yes.
the mistake. The sting is correct.
so
Get cover from the bathtub.
I'm going to. Use illusory self as a reaction. So it automatically misses.
Okay. That's her turn. The other one is going to step up and attack T-Hole.
First one's a hit.
And that's their turn. Aurelia.
Okay. So yeah, T-hole is right there. And I will cast haste on him.
Actually, before you do that, make me a con save.
Oh. Ugh. Eh, eh,
Mm.
eh, eh.
Are you using an action point?
Yeah, I'm gonna use an action. Eh,
Slightly better.
yeah, slightly.
Are you using a second action point or
Nope.
accepting the 14?
I'm gonna accept the 14.
Okay. So you don't notice anything at this time.
Even better.
So you can cast your haste spell.
Okay, I will do that. Bonus action, I will inspire myself.
And it's Clave's turn.
Clave is going to use the disengage action and run away. And then, do I have any bonus action things I can do? I don't think so. No. That's my turn.
Darius.
Um, con save or
Yeah, con save. That's true. And con save for Clave as well. Are you using an action point, Clave?
I have none to use.
So I'll send you a message. Typos. So what's Zarius doing?
Um. Didn't need to roll damage yet, but I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
Um. I think that's about how you normally do it. And then bonus act. So I have any hint as to what this con save is for?
You're not sure.
Okay. I don't know what I'm making saves for. All right. I will, I guess just in case, I'll use my bonus action to speak to the head of my staff and let it become animate.
Okay. Keyhole.
See. And the one that he was continuously attacking, he's going to
She is going to cast shield to block the second attack.
okay. And
Mage Slayer.
no, that's not this character. But what he will do is he'll attack 2 more times for his bonus action.
They miss.
And that's his turn.
You do have haste.
Oh, did you cast haste on me?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was on you.
no,
What is haste?
You get an extra attack.
yeah,
You have advantage on deck saves and you get a +2 to your AC.
Oh, nice. Then, and if it's an extra attack, then I'll do one more. Is it like an attack action or just a single attack?
Single
A
attack.
single attack.
Well, not like that helped. Okay. That's his turn.
So this one is going to move up into the Spirit Guardian, so they both have to make their saves. So. I think it's half damage.
Yeah, DC's 18, so which they both did, so.
And the one that's next to Aurelia is going to attack Aurelia. So that's 24 for the crit. Unless Zarius negates it.
100% I will.
So it's just 8 for the crit. And then missed with the stinger. So you have to make me 2 concentration checks. Both DC 10.
golly, really?
I mean, it's still 5. You did inspire yourself.
I did, yeah.
I don't know if you want to waste your inspiration on a mere concentration check for a spell that someone else is benefiting from.
What? It's gonna be a huge detriment the next turn. He's gonna skip his whole next turn if this happens, if it drops.
Okay, it's still up.
Nice.
And one more, so I gotta, that's another one.
This one's fine.
Shit.
Yahtzee.
So that's fine.
Okay. And I will use a reaction as he has hit me. And yeah, double check to make sure. Make sure she's right. I get to use this. Yeah, it's a reaction. This stuff, right. Oh, look, higher cast level 1 point. Yippee. Fire damage.
And
Takes half of that then.
right. And the second one's going to attack Zarius.
So one of those hit. Is this considered magical?
No, it is not. I don't think. No, it is not.
Sweet. But I gotta make a con save. Cool. No, wait, fuck. Really? It's not worth it to put a thing up right now.
That's their turn. Aurelia.
Did the look like the fire damage did anything to this thing or
Yes, it did normal damage.
okay. All right. Yeah.
You didn't deduct hit point damage, at least not on my screen.
Oh, on me? Oh,
Yeah.
oh, sorry. Yeah, I had it on a piece of paper. I just didn't.
Oh, that's
Oh.
fine.
I'll do it right now. Thanks for reminding me. Right, yeah. Oh, shit. That doesn't help me. That. Just gonna ask. I'll tell you. I'm gonna cast. Well, I guess it's just gonna be the dude in front of me, so hit him with Thunder Wave.
Rip. Let's see. So half damage. Anything else?
Um. Going to see reaction. I can do a bonus. No, that's it.
Clave.
So Clave would look really confused and says, "Hey, wait, stop. Stop fighting. Stop fighting." And he would look at the creatures and ask, what do you want? And I don't know if it counts for it, but since Clave is genuinely curious and doesn't quite know, you know, if they would talk, so he'd want to cast Detect Thoughts if that wouldn't interfere with the condition.
No, that's fine.
Okay. So I learned their surface thoughts, and I think as an action I can probe deeper, which would then trigger a wisdom save.
So you could do that.
So I would just first go with the surface thoughts of this one. You know, and kind of focus on my question, why what do you want?
That's her
Okay.
surface thought.
Okay. Um, so that'll be I'll also, well, wait a minute. Let's see how far. Because it's a, let's see, within 3 feet, so. He'd also move here. Oh, no. Actually, yeah, he'd be moving away after he saw what he saw. And that's my turn.
So you tell us, hey, don't attack. Hey, what do you guys want? And then you just walk away.
No, I'm kind of running away. Uh but yeah, Clave doesn't really know. He's kind of still processing what he just saw in his mind. So he doesn't quite have the words yet to say what he wants to say.
No, and you can make another save now at the end of your turn.
Can you say something along the lines of, never mind, go ahead and attack?
No.
Okay.
And it's Arius's turn.
These guys still appear hostile, presumably.
As hostile as bug ladies with, magic wands can look.
Cool.
Pretty damn hostile.
Pretty fucking bad. Got it. Then do I upcast it? That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna upcast blindness. And they need to make
They would need to make, but one of them's gonna counterspell you.
sure.
No one has Mage Slayer.
Nope.
Or their own counterspell.
Doesn't Aurelia have Mage Slayer?
Yeah, I used my reaction already.
Oh, wait, how
did
would you have used your reaction?
Hellish
Okay.
Rebuke.
Yeah,
Yeah, but that would have
That
been
was
on
on their
their
turn, right?
turn. At
Yours is right after
Aurelia's
them.
turn, she would get her reaction back.
okay. I thought there was one reaction, you got a turn.
Yeah, you get it back on your turn at the beginning of your turn.
Oh, okay.
So it was this one who
Yeah, I can't reach it anyway.
counterspelled.
I can't reach that one anyway.
Not to touch it. You don't have a counterspell?
Yeah, I do have counterspell.
I
Does
don't
that
know.
work? Does-
You don't have to, because this one might just try and fucking counterspell your counterspell. But I mean, it would be drawing out their counterspells. So I don't know.
Which they may have unlimited number.
There's no way they have unlimited.
Oh, no?
This isn't your game.
Yeah,
But you are in a sort of magical plane.
Okay, well, that's fine.
What I'm really waiting for is unlimited legendary resistances.
I have attempted my action. I have no bonus action that I can do. So I'm gonna shift to like here.
Okay.
Just to maybe set up for something else. But then I'm done. Just kept peaceful.
And as you shift, you realize that this one has reach on her sting attack.
Okay.
So you have partial cover, but if you move, she can try to sting you.
I mean, I don't know if I would have known that, so. But partial cover plus 2
She
to AC,
missed.
right?
Yeah.
Even
Yes.
without that.
And now she's used her reaction.
Yep. I got nothing else.
Okay. T-Hall's turn.
Teal is gonna make two swipes at this one. Hopefully it can roll well.
Two swipes at which one?
The
It
this
doesn't actually matter. They both use their reaction. So those both hit.
cool. And I'm gonna attempt a stunning strike.
Failed.
Failed it. He is stunned.
She is stunned.
And then T-Hole is going to use his bonus action for the his other two swipes.
At the same one or a different one?
Different one, this one. And he's gonna attempt also a stunning strike on that one.
Also stunned.
And that's gonna end his turn.
you got your haste action, right?
Oh yeah, haste action. Oh yeah, and the martial arts die. I'll apply it to the top one. And then he'll just attack the top one again.
That misses. Oh, you have advantage. that hits.
Advantage, yeah.
That's his turn.
Okay. They don't get their turn. Aurelia.
So it is done.
Yep.
So what, advantage on attacks or something?
Yes.
Uh,
Wait a minute, even though they don't get their turn, there isn't Spirit Guardians up?
No,
Now
I
it
lost
fell.
that.
Oh,
First fucking attack.
hmm.
okay.
Goddamn 7.
Don't you have
Uh,
Warcaster?
Nope.
Why don't you have Warcaster?
I've been getting ability score improvements and shit apparently.
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
was a
move
mistake.
back from it and then hit it with Eldritch Blast. 29. Ooh,
It hits.
critical.
Nice.
That's
2 crits.
so 18, 13, and 4. So the first one's looking pretty messed up. Second one, much less so. Anything else you're doing?
No, that's it.
So Clave.
So Clave is gonna use his action to and use malleable illusions to change the Mirage Arcane to create, oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, come on. To create a barrier going like this. That is like 20 feet high, 30 feet high, however high I need it to really keep these creatures away. Because I may not want to seek harm to them, but I also don't want harm to befall my friends. Well, friends is used loosely.
Acquaintances. So what is the barrier made of?
Well, Clave imagines it would be made of adamantine, but you know, whatever is capable of being generated by the illusion.
So you see this black metal wall raised between you and these creatures shooting up out of the ground. And then you can make another save. And it's Zarius' turn, but you're now staring at a wall.
Right. They're stunned. That was my chance.
I mean, still just an illusion. You could try to beat through it. Just take a while.
Not even worth it. Has anybody been actually hit?
Aurelia was
Teals.
hit. Teal was hit. You were hit.
I was barely hit. How like How about Teal? Like, is he actually hurting at all?
No.
I'm not sure as hell not gonna waste a spell slot for a healing.
Yeah, no one's dead yet.
You could ready an
Shouldn't
action.
count.
Yeah, let me. Okay, I mean, yeah. I got nothing at the moment. Really? I guess. I know roughly where they were. Could I?
There's a definite bulge in the wall right in front of you just to protect this, to separate you from this creature.
Uh-huh. The spirit weapon doesn't say I have to see where I put it. It just has to be within range.
If it
So,
doesn't say you have to see your target, then I guess you don't have to see where you're putting it.
create a floating special weapon within range that lasts for the duration. When you cast a spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. That's it. Yeah.
And I would allow you to place the weapon and attack with it.
All right. Sweet. It's stunned, so I figured I would have disadvantage because I can't actually see it. But
Yeah,
it's
I don't
also
know that
stunned.
right, but I think it's sort of the weapon is taking the attack. So I wouldn't impose. I would let it take its advantage since the creature can't really move.
Okay. Yeah, I think maybe I would just have it attack this one that was assaulting Aurelia. I could take hits from this thing at least at the moment, so yeah, so I'll swing with that, I guess. Wow.
So yeah, you can't necessarily see if it hit. But
I won't bother rolling the damage. That's the
Keyhole.
session I had.
Can I tell how tall the wall is?
It's like 20 feet.
What's it made out of?
Metal.
T-Hole's gonna scale it. And then drop onto the other side.
So you can do that.
He'll drop like here, or yeah, drop there. And then he's gonna continue swinging at the top one.
First one hit. And is a crit.
The second, he's still stunned, so the second one should hit too.
Yeah, you're right.
At the martial arts die. Is it still up?
Yeah, oh, yeah. It wasn't that close to death. It was just below half.
Oh. And then he'll attempt another stunning strike. Fails. And then, so he jumped up 20 feet. And he can make it around to get within range of this one. And he's going to swing at it twice. Double crit. And also do a stunning strike. Keep the stun train going. It makes it.
Okay.
And that
Any-
is its turn.
Use your haste attack.
Oh, that's right. Thanks. Keep forgetting about that.
That
That,
hits.
that one will hit the one up top.
You have to roll your martial art die, or you did. I just didn't subtract it.
Yeah, that should be applied to the top one.
Right. If you want to do. So she is going to use a special feature. She's going to step up to where you are. And first, it's because she can. She's going to make her slam attacks, or try to.
Second one hits.
Right. And then she casts this on you. So make me a wisdom save.
Come on now. Hey,
So you made it. That's her turn. Aurelia.
So I take it they put up some kind of wall in front of us.
You could take it that they put up some kind of wall. A wall appeared.
Oh, okay.
It is a logical conclusion that they put that wall there.
What is it? What does the wall look like?
It's a wall of black metal extending 20 feet into the air.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, hold on, hold on. Okay. I will cast Dissonant Whispers in the direction of the one that was in front of me before there was a wall. Hopefully they will hear me.
So the one that was attacking you before, basically?
yeah.
Okay.
Makes
Still
half.
takes half. Anything else you're doing?
And I look around and I see that somebody's missing, so I'm assuming T-hole is behind the wall. And I will inspire him.
Okay. Clave, it's your turn.
Um. Hmm. Clave is just gonna chill out, and breathe a sigh of relief now that, you know, there's that wall separating them from us. Well, most of us anyways. And then, yeah, that'll be his turn.
Okay, make me another
He
save.
he may take out his uh the water phone and start playing a little melody to try and soothe the situation.
A little ditty.
A little scary horror ditty.
And so you finally managed to shake off the effect.
Okay.
Zarius.
If you're talking, you're muted.
Yes, Zarius is annoyed, but that spirit weapon's gonna swing.
It hits. Actually, that's enough to kill this one.
Are they actually conjoined?
They're not conjoined with each other, but the queen is essentially a humanoid body attached to, or a humanoid torso attached to a bug. They're
Okay.
conjoined in that sense.
And then I'll just ready an action to cast Toll the Dead if I see something.
Okay. T-hole.
T-hole's going to attack the remaining one.
Oh wait, I have a thing I could do.
And attempt a stunning strike. It makes it. So then he just attacks twice more.
Those miss. But so on her turn, she is going to disengage and back up, and then burrow directly down and away.
Oh, I don't think so.
You had your hasted action too.
Oh yeah, the haste. That's right. Oh, let me roll that. And then the martial arts die.
That hits.
But as she gets away, I'm going to use my reaction to make a attack.
God damn.
You
It's a
are
miss.
inspired.
That's true. It's a D10, right?
Yep.
Oh,
Still a miss.
well, I tried.
And then she burrows down and away.
I totally forgot I could have done something. I actually could have done something to her. Because of Kepri. Kepri could have gone to the top of the wall and looked down at her. And I can look through her eyes and then cast my spell. And I could see her, and she's within 30 feet of me, or 60 feet, or whatever it is. and affect her with the fucking spell.
Gonna have to blind T-hole's other eye, or Kepri's other eye. No,
Well-
that I would have let that work. But she's not coming back since she's lost her co-queen.
Is that hole, is there a hole still there?
There's not, no, the whole collapsed after she went through it. As this is, well, she went through the stone first, so the hole in the stone is still there, but it's earth underneath.
Hmm.
So Clave, now that he's gotten to his senses a bit, would destroy the adamantine wall and say, "Oh, good, it's dead." They wanted to take us into their lair and probably feed us to their kids, their spawn.
Fat chance of that happening.
Many
Right.
things want to kill us.
Yeah, nothing's new.
So Clave is gonna go up to the body and examine it to see what he can learn of this creature, or if it has any possessions.
It does have a rod that it was using as a spellcasting focus. There's nothing, I mean, it can be used as a spellcasting focus, but otherwise there's nothing too extraordinary about it. It appears to be relatively crudely made. She probably made it herself. But given that she didn't have actual tools to make it, it's pretty good.
Okay. What is this thing? Has anybody seen anything like this before?
I'm gonna hazard a guess, I don't know.
T-Hole is proficient in Arcana. Can he ascertain this?
It's really more, yeah, you could make an Arcana check. You don't know anything about it. Clave could also make an Arcana check.
I'm gonna say it's outside his realm of knowledge. He hasn't really studied planar stuff.
What's the stinger look like? How big is it?
The stinger is about 2 feet long total.
So it could be used as a weapon.
Possibly you'd have to dig out the whole poison gland.
That actually is an interesting idea. So would Clave be familiar with the concept of pheromones?
I mean, you're aware that you were sort of magically influenced by the smell this thing was giving off.
Okay. Can I use my nose to try and find the strongest spot or origin of the smell on the creature?
You could try that. You would find that it's really just coming off there underneath the carapace on her back. There are wings that she didn't use. And it's really coming from like underneath the wings. But it's not like one spot underneath the wings. It's really like this whole soft spot she has hidden underneath this section of shell that guards her wings.
Is there a particular gland that it may be secreting it?
There might be, you'd have to like cut her open. Like this is a huge bug. So there are countless organs inside the bug. So you'd have to go digging and
Yeah,
make a survival check to see what you could find.
I would try that. I got a dagger.
Okay, make me a survival check.
Do you wish to have assistance?
Yeah, do you know that this thing was secreting some kind of scent that made it very difficult to want to fight it. I think it could be very useful in my studies on enchantment. Maybe even empower some of my enchantment spells. So might you be able to see where it is?
I have skinned a few animals in my day.
You ever skinned a bug?
Sure. There are some strange large bugs.
All right. So do you want to point out where I should cut, or do you know well enough that you can do it?
Where did you see this? Say the smell was coming from?
It looks like this thing where the wings are kept.
I'm just trying to get him to help me out. I got a +10, so I don't know. Maybe somebody's got better, but
No.
I mean, Clave would defer to you if you felt more confident in being able to find it.
I feel like I'd feel pretty comfortable with the whole concept of it.
Roll me
Okay.
a survival check.
Of course, I can't roll shit tonight, so there's that too.
So as you're cutting through the soft spot, after you lift up this section of the carapace, you're cutting through the soft spot, and there's a spray of a sweet smelling liquid as you accidentally stab into the gland, and it begins to sort of ooze out and leak onto the ground. But you're 100% sure you found the gland.
So I look up. I found
Quick!
it.
Uh,
I found it.
so Clave would rummage through his things and hope that he had some kind of like glass vial. He actually he probably has a couple that he uses to keep his shadows in. So he would empty one of them of the shadows and try to put as much of the liquid as he can salvage into it, including wringing out his own clothes that may have been sprayed by the liquid.
So I mean, I'd say you can get a lot of it is lost, but you could probably collect like a vial of it.
Okay.
It
Okay,
was closer
vial
to
of
the surface than I
conjoined
expected.
Queen.
Zarius, can you help me collect the stinger?
I'll come around. As I walk by Clave, I'll just wipe my knife on his clothes.
Clay would huff and then use prestidigitation to clean that off.
I'll come over
Make
here.
me make me
Yeah.
another survival check.
Come on, you fucker. You see this bullshit?
And so again, you're sort of rooting around. You hear a click, and suddenly there's just a puddle of liquid spewing out underneath the stinger.
Don't you get advantage if I'm helping them?
Are you proficient in survival?
Okay, you have to be okay. I'm not, so it doesn't work that way. All right.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So he does detach the stinger, but the poison seems to have leaked out of the gland.
Do you have a vial too? This has not been Zarius's night. He's very frustrated by all of it.
Hmm.
We're only like partway through the night, aren't we?
Yes.
I would. I don't know, would there be a vial in the disguise kit I could use of something? I don't know.
I mean, you would forget who was it who was collecting poison? Was that
That's
T-Hole?
Clave.
Oh, Clay was collecting poison. mean-
I don't know that I ever collected poison. I do, you know, if you really want, I have a couple oil flasks. I can empty one of them out. Um, and give it to you. I also have a whole alchemist supplies toolkit, so that should be included in there. But yeah, in terms of things I've harvested, a piece of the central eye from the Demi Beholder, one of its eye stalks, and then the red dragon's eye. So I've harvested a few things, but not poison.
Yeah, so if you've got an extra vial, I don't.
Yeah,
don't
I
think-
can
Okay.
give you.
So you collect the poison. You will later on discover that this poison exposed to the air now, it will wind up being denatured within a minute.
Okay,
I have the two horns of the red dragon.
what about the stinger itself?
Stinger's still intact.
Are
So
you gonna
you
tape it to
could-
your rod?
Right.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's a little large and unwieldy for you to use, but you could certainly attempt it.
Well, they said it was like 2 feet long, or is it just,
It is like 2 feet long, but it's fairly wide at the long
oh,
end.
okay,
So-
okay.
So you could, there are definitely ways to attach it to something, to some sort of stick, where you could still use it essentially as a spear. Or cut it down so that it fits more easily as like a spearhead. It would just take a little bit of work to make it, to attach it to something and make it a useful weapon.
I will attempt to put it in my pack to see. I don't know how heavy is this thing? How much does it weigh?
It weighs like 5 pounds.
Okay. All right, yeah, I'll take it then.
And so while you are fiddling with that, Zarius first is the first one to hear just a buzzing sound.
I'll stand.
I mean, it sounds
Can I
like
tell where it's coming from?
flies or insects. At first, it's a little hard, but as it gets louder, you realize it's just coming from the original hole that they popped through.
I'll just say there's a buzz coming from the first hole.
Well, could I use my malleable illusion to cover the ground in metal?
You can,
Okay.
and the buzz dies down for a bit. And after a minute, you see little holes begin to open up as little tiny insects begin to eat through the metal and begin to fill the ground level interior of the tiny hut.
I would
Is the tiny hut even still around? Did Aurelia
Yeah.
move out of it?
No, I don't think she moved out of it.
So I would say everybody back up, and wield my wand of fireballs.
Yeah, so as you're considering that, they're swarming around you, so we should roll for initiative. Or we could use the same initiative, I guess.
Do we have to?
I was
No,
gonna say,
we can use a new one.
I finally have a decent roll.
I'm assuming that the haste is gone.
Yeah, it's been more than a minute.
Yeah.
Where was the hole?
Was here and here.
What?
It was where the one is dead, and then right below where the one is dead.
Okay.
So, I guess I have a question because, like, once I cover the area in metal, did it seem like the bugs didn't even, like, it didn't hold them back at all? Because if it would have started like pocking and them coming up, uh, Clave would have just definitely backed up from that spot.
I would let you back up from that spot, but they have like a burrow speed that allows them to move through metal.
Okay.
So it would have been very quick that they started coming up through the ground, and they wouldn't necessarily have all come up through that exact spot, that exact hole.
Okay.
That was just previously chewed up ground. So I imagine a lot of them went that way.
Okay.
He whiz. Lord.
That a swarm or is it just that big?
No, it's a swarm of things.
They all
That's-
form one giant bug.
So Clave, it's your turn.
Mm, so I'm gonna yell to the group, uh, back off as I wield the wand of fireball, and then I'll ready in action to wait for Zarius to move out of the way. Uh, but then well, after he does whatever he does, uh, regardless if he moves or not, I'm gonna cast fireball.
Toads.
Okay, Zarius, it's your turn.
Um. Just checking something here. I guess I'll just. I don't know how far back you expect me to have to go here, but I will first do. I'll just recast Spirit Guardians. Um. That's back. So I don't want to go. I don't want to go so far that I can't affect them with the spell.
Right.
Um. But so it was right here.
It's a 30-foot radius. So,
Fireball?
yeah, or 20-foot radius, right?
20-foot radius,
Yeah.
yeah.
20-foot radius, okay.
Although where, now we have to place, where is the tiny hut? Because they're inside the tiny hut, and that's like a 10-foot radius.
I don't know, but it
So
seems like they're
then,
swarming
right.
outside of it too.
Well, I think in fact that they're inside the tiny hut and probably taking up most of the space inside the tiny hut. So if they want to get out of it, they have to burrow under and leave that way, which they could do because they have a burrow speed. But the fireball would pass around the tiny hut if you set it behind the tiny hut.
Right, and then also it, like, I guess the tiny hut is gonna continue to exist until Aurelia steps out of it.
Right.
So in that case, with there being the tiny hut open, Clay probably would hold his action until like the tiny hut goes away or they emerge from the tiny hut.
Okay.
Um. Yeah, because they can't pass through the barrier of it at all. So, um,
They can? I thought they could go out, but not come in.
I think it's,
yeah, I don't.
I thought it was creatures you designate.
All
maybe
other
you're right.
creatures and objects are barred from passing. Okay, it's just passing through it. So it doesn't matter. It's not like a one-way door.
Right.
Um. Which almost leaves me wanting to just be in there with my, but probably not. I'll sit out here and just be kind of, ready. To, yeah, in case the hut goes away, but I'm done for now.
So Aurelia, you're within their range, so make me a saving throw, a con save. Let's see. So you have made your save, but you still take half of piercing and biting damage. So you take 7 piercing and biting damage. And then they're going to, they've got a target. They're going to try to continue to attack Aurelia. So they're going to stay where they are. And that's their turn. Aurelia, it's your turn.
Hmm. Well, technically I'm in the hut, so I can't cast a spell in the hut, can I?
Yeah, you can.
It just
Or
won't
you-
go outside the
yeah.
hut.
Or you could leave the hut and the hut will disappear. Or cast
Triggering
a
my
spell.
trap card.
Right. Or cast a spell and then leave the hut.
I could use disengage, right, and walk away.
Right.
That's what I will do.
So now the hut disappears.
So, then I would use my reaction to cast fireball.
They fail.
Well, I'm not sure they do. Wait, it says DC 13, but then it says DC 15.
I think the
Hold on, let
wand
me
is
see.
DC 15.
Yeah, it's DC 15, so they do fail. It's gonna catch T-hole in, but I'm not concerned about that.
Yeah.
Just like put it here. The center here, it won't get anybody.
Oh, that's wrong number.
Yeah, I suppose, but I wouldn't be as concerned about T-hole because I know he can dodge it.
Yeah.
My armors give me resistance, so. We both got a pretty good chance, but he can negate it entirely, so yeah.
Yeah, give T-hole that chance to show off.
Yep.
Yeah,
17.
easy.
Yeah. So he makes it.
Did the fire seem to be effective against the swarm?
Yep, some of them died, but it's a big swarm.
Okay, cool.
So Teal, it's your turn. The tiny hut has fallen.
Yeah. Teal seeing the swarm is going to swat at it. It's trying to slap it into the ground.
Just imagine the spectral arms just going. Flap.
Yeah, catching as many bugs as they can.
Those hit.
And then as he's just like slamming, clapping, making big claps to crush all the bugs, as many as he can catch in his grasp.
You're approximately as effective as a fireball.
And that'll be his turn.
Okay.
Oh yeah, wait, I have my haste attack.
No, it's
Haste,
gone.
haste is ended.
Oh,
It only lasts a minute.
never mind.
And it's Cleave's turn again. So the swarm manages to part and avoid some of the damage, but more bugs skitter on the ground and fall dead. Anything else you're doing? Zarius.
Um. How's a swarm gonna be like considered if I were to do something like divine word?
What does divine word do?
Well, that's the one that just says like if a creature has under 20 hit points, it's killed instantly.
It's not going to work on them until the swarm has less than 20 hit points.
Okay. That's a shame.
I mean, it's the way it would work until the swarm has 20 hit points. One bug in the swarm will die. Because it has individually under 20 hit points. But you can't affect the whole swarm.
Right.
Collectively, they have way more than 20 hit points right now.
I just wasn't sure. I figured I'd ask. Um. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I'll just do Toll the Dead, honestly.
Okay. And it's their turn. So they are going to move up.
They gotta make a wisdom save.
Yeah. They take half damage.
Still difficult terrain for them though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And Aurelia, Kepri, and Zarius all have to make Constitution saves.
Nice.
So only Zarius failed. Kepri and Aurelia take 4 piercing damage. Zarius takes 9. And
Is
you are
this magical?
infected. This is not, so you take less. But you're infected with plague.
Shit.
Like the plague?
A plague.
Oh, so does this mean that our magic space aids now become super magic space aids?
That means that in addition to space aids, you have plague.
Right. Super magic space aids.
but that's their turn.
Can
So
I feel this
Aurelia,
as a thing?
no, you can't right now. You will at some point begin to feel it, and I'm sure it will be trivial for you to cure it, but
Yeah.
Hmm.
in 2 days' time, you'll begin to feel it.
Let's see. I'm going to disengage once again.
Oh wait, I took damage, huh? Con save.
Wow.
I'm
Alright.
not meant to do anything this whole fucking game.
That's my turn.
Heal.
Teal is going to continue trying to clap bugs between his fingers
Gonna have to move first.
after he moves, of course.
12 misses, the others hit.
It's the martial arts die. And it doesn't make sense to try to stun a bug or a swarm of bugs. So he will just try to reduce their population.
Yeah, the swarm is looking noticeably thinner now than it was.
That's it for his turn.
Clave.
Wait a minute. I think you need to adjust the order, cause T-hole is 19, I'm 22.
I didn't notice that. Well, then we skipped your turn and it's, so you might as well go now.
Alright, so, I am. Can I target the swarm with Phantasmal Force?
Um,
Yeah, wait, let me read the spell, see if it has a intelligence requirement. It does not affect undead or constructs. Yeah, it doesn't say anything specific in the, here, I'll post the spell.
so I mean, I would say yes. I mean, the swarm itself is still bigger than a 10-foot cube.
Are you talking, Mike?
No.
Oh,
Well, I would have. So. Yeah, it's a lot bigger than a 10-foot cube. So then that's interesting because then. How does it interact with larger creatures? Alright, I'll cast Phantasmal Killer on it.
So you cast the spell. I'm gonna say that fails because they're immune to being frightened. They don't have nightmares to tap into.
Okay.
They have natural enemies.
But they're immune to being frightened by them.
I'm gonna use the rest of my turn to run away.
So T-hole.
He's just gonna do the same. Last two,
Last two hit.
yeah,
Actually, the 15 hits too. My mistake.
that's okay.
So they're down to, it is just a handful of bugs now. But they could still do something potentially.
Yeah, I don't have any other action points to burn, so
Xarius.
Well, I mean,
Your holy word might affect them now.
I'll just toll the dead on him.
I knew that was gonna happen. 2 hit points left.
Right. There's so there's just like a couple of them left.
Yes.
Kepler
Enough-
just eat them.
He could take an attack, but they're enough to still do some damage.
I'm just let's see. Oh yeah, here. Shit, Kepler, you don't even have to do much. The acid breath, and not even like affect anybody, but the insects.
Yeah, that's fine.
Even half
so
as much, right? It would kill it.
Right. So yeah, she is able to use acid to kill the rest of the bugs, and the swarm's dead. But the tiny hut's gone.
For
Their mother
now.
was more than willing to sacrifice this small bit of her brood.
terrible mother. Bug
When you have several million kids, what's a few 100,000?
it's fair.
Well, that was sufficiently terrifying.
I didn't expect them to come through the ground. This place is relentless.
Is it morning now or like
Still,
what time is it?
It has been twilight the whole time you've been here.
Okay.
So you're still about it's only been about 2 hours since you set up camp. and started to rest.
Um. So, I would create a new structure. This time instead of metal, they're gonna be thick glass.
Real sticky on the outside.
Yeah, hang fly traps while you're at it.
So someone roll me a d6.
I'll do it.
And you're able to get the next 6 hours in without anything coming for you that you know of. Maybe they were repelled by the glass.
Does that give us our long rest or was it
Yes.
interrupted?
No, I'll give it to you.
Okay.
Nice.
And continuing on through the rest of the day, you do sense it is slightly darker than it was, if only barely so. Hold on. But about 8 hours have passed. In the distance, you can see probably another hour's journey off, but on an adjacent mountain, you could see the yellow stone of the road seems to terminate in the entrance to a cave. On either side of the cave, you see two tall statues, probably of marble, sort of gaudily painted, that look like humanoid women carrying spears and shields.
How big?
Hard to say because it's a mountain away, but big enough that you can make out their general shape.
Okay.
So you would imagine it, at least like giant sized, like 25, 30 feet.
No.
Is it like iconography that any of us would recognize?
At this distance, it's too hard to make out details. You can see that they seem to be standing holding shields and spears. Not much detail about the clothes. You can tell that they're somewhat colorful.
Okay.
But it would take you, like right now, you've gone your 8 hours. You could rest or you could just push on for the extra hour or two.
I mean, we've come this far. I wouldn't mind pushing another hour or two.
Makes sense to cast Death Ward on us all.
Yeah.
None.
T-Bowl's fine with that as well.
I'll cast it when we are going to rest.
Going to rest or are we headed towards this cave?
That's fair. If we get close enough to the cave, I'll
Yeah.
consider a couple of people. I might need these fucking spells. Who knows?
Well, I can cast it too.
Oh yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah, I can divvy up the responsibility.
Because it's fucking 4th level, so
Yeah.
So you push forward. It does take you closer to 2 hours, as first you have to descend the mountain you're on, and then the path rises again into the second mountain. But you eventually do come within sight of these two approximately 30-foot tall statues dressed in extremely ancient clothing. Is anyone proficient in history?
Yeah.
Yeah. T-Hole is. Well,
You can roll me history checks.
yeah.
He
So
dated the statues.
Clave, you would recognize it as probably just after the Dawn War, like the start of human civilization is when you would expect to see clothing and gear as primitive as what these statues are holding.
Okay.
Are they reminiscent at all of the like those spiritual warriors that come from the Horn?
Those people are even a little more primitive than this. They're sort of really barbarians. So they
Right.
actually might not be, they might be from cultures that are not quite as ancient, but they are somewhat less civilized than this.
Sure.
But they flank either side of this enormous cave mouth. The cave mouth is also about 30 feet high. It's about 40 feet wide, and there's these two statues on either side of it.
Well, this could be it. This could be the sage's lair.
Indeed.
So a
you-
few things to remember. Whatever you do, don't look upon the sage. Nobody that has laid eyes upon him has survived.
Nothing to worry about on my end.
And we want to make sure we're very clear in the question that we're asking. We're looking for the location of Dohat Pajar, correct?
That's correct.
Right.
And
He answers one question, so that must be it.
we probably should ask the exact location of Doha Bajar.
Right. Everything you've learned is he doesn't try to like game you by, you know, only answering the question as you've literally asked it. His answers are pretty full, including ancillary information.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it, so he doesn't, it's not a trick where you will wind up dissatisfied with the answer. Well, I mean, you might be if he just, you know, Doha Bajar does no longer exist anywhere, then you'd be dissatisfied. But it's not because he's trying to overly analyze the way you worded the question.
Gotcha.
Well, in that case, maybe we should just ask for all the information that the sage has on Dohat Pajar. Might be good
Up
to
to
learn
and
how it's
including
been.
its location.
Right, because it might be interesting to learn the history of the place and why nobody has seen it in forever.
That is going to be very important information, I would imagine. And I'll look to Aurelia and say, shall we both do 2?
Yes, we can do that. All right. Cast it on myself and T-hole.
Yes.
And then I'll get me and Clave. Hopefully these will not be necessary.
Kepri turns visible to be like, what? What am I? No death ward for the dragon?
I would like for Kepri to stay out here. I need you to be
Yes,
here.
where he can be eaten by a swarm of bugs.
She could be invisible.
Doesn't matter if you're invisible, if the bugs cover you, they're gonna eat you.
This is true.
I trust in Kepri's ability to see danger and avoid it. This specific kind of danger.
Well, Capri clearly doesn't feel the same if she is expecting Death Ward.
Yeah.
I'll speak with Capri mentally. And just, do you truly wish to have the ward?
She responds saying, if I'm going to stay outside, then I guess it doesn't matter.
Be on complete alert.
She's just gonna be pouty now. Clave didn't hear that conversation. Never mind.
Are you going in?
I suppose, do we need to do anything with the statues? I mean, salute in a specific way or some shit?
Not that
remember.
you've been told.
Yeah.
I mean, I would normally recommend casting Detect Magic, but a place like this, I imagine, is going
Yeah.
to be overwhelming with magic.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily going to be a sign of danger.
Yeah. Though I could still do it if you give me 10 minutes.
What's the item we're gonna?
The rod, the one that is attuned to Plane of
Fafnir.
Fire. Yeah, Fafnir.
Okay.
It's in a bag right now.
Yeah. It's also gonna hurt like hell pulling it out.
Quite possibly.
Mhm.
We'll take precautions when it comes to
Not-
that.
Not quite possibly. I tried holding it. It was quite painful.
In your experience, what would it take? What would it take to give you the best chance of taking the least amount of damage?
Someone else doing it?
Anybody, then.
Well, as long as we know what we're supposed to get.
Yeah. And hopefully it's sufficient. Still would have liked to have Turbo here offer her.
Certainly would have been a more difficult thing to carry with us. I would know.
But the plan was to like convince her.
To come
Yes.
with. There's no fucking way that was happening. We're not that convincing. Come on now.
Mass Suggestion is a pretty effective spell when upcast to 7th level.
Sure. You know that
It
bitch
lasts
got
10
legendary
days.
resistance.
Well, shall we move in?
Yeah.
So walking in, you do distinctly realize that the eyes of the statues follow you as you go, although they don't move even a little bit. The road ends right at the mouth of the cave, at which point there's a thick yellow carpet that almost matches the yellow of the stone. but it's exceedingly soft. You also see that there are mats of purple, what looks like fabric, that go up the walls of this cave, draping over it in fairly intricate patterns, clinging to the wall. Eventually, you realize that what looks like cloth on the walls is actually probably some sort of fungus. As you see, it's mixed with green, in addition to the purple, and the yellow underneath your feet that you thought was carpet may well be fungus too. As you're as you step in, at some point, each of you feels like one of your feet being sort of pushed into the air a little bit, as a patch on the fungus begins to rise behind you. And you all see little nodules of fungus begin to grow in this carpet in purple and green and gray that appear to just be at first little balls of fungus, but then slowly begin to take on shapes vaguely similar to each of your own. And they seem to roll forward with you, walking in your footsteps, growing bigger step by step.
We have fungus friends.
Fungus among us.
As little fungus people pop up. Eventually, you see the cave widen suddenly into what looks like a vast cavern, covered in fungus all around you. You see the expanse of a library. Bookshelves extend further into the distance than you can see, as there are side passages you can't see into. But probably these caverns go on for miles. And that's where we'll end it. Seems as though we're not going to be able to meet next week, as Dustin and Tony will be out.
I'm out of town the next 2 weeks.
So we'll probably pick it up the week after that anyway.
Okay.
Good.
I actually thought you would. I didn't expect you to have 2 random encounters, because it was like you had to get the number I was thinking of on 1d6, and you got it both times.
Mm.
So these things happen, I guess.
Yeah.
Do the
I was-
fungus people following us seem intelligent? Like if we try to talk to them, do they respond?
They're not responding in words, but they
Okay.
don't seem, they looks in their eyes, you don't get the sense that they're unintelligent, but they probably don't speak common.
What if I speak to them telepathically?
T-Hole-
Then
T-Hole can
then you
understand 'em.
yeah, then you can talk to them telepathically.
Okay.
Does T-Hole have that ability yet?
Yeah, he has tongue of the sun and moon. He can understand anything that's spoken and speak back to them.
So, but we could pick up your conversation with them next time, as it looks like Dustin might pass out in his chair.
Yeah, it's glad I'm not standing.
Standing
Alright.
desks. When will
Us.
people learn?
I'll see you guys on Monday for Avatar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing.
Yep.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
See you
Bye.
guys.